Generation X. In general terms, those born between 1965 and 1980. Latchkey kids. Independent. Existentialism. Modern philosophy focusing on personal experience, human ability, and responsibility in an otherwise meaningless universe. We're the cause. This is the effect. We're the Gen Existentialists. Welcome in, friends, to the Gen Existentialist podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Bunny.
And we are here to wrap our arms around you in a virtual way and talk about hope.
Lay your hands on me.
Our topic today is hope as rebellion, the last uncool virtue.
Okay.
And so to set this up, let me just kind of give you the core question that we'll be talking about. In a culture built on irony, outrage, collapse porn, shall we call it, is hope the most radical thing, the most radical act that we have left? Or is it just denial dressed up as a new philosophy? So hope as rebellion, that's where we're starting today.
All right.
How do you feel about hope?
I think hope is vitally important for people. I mean, it's the fuel that keeps the engine going. You can say that love or ambition or, goals or whatever is the thing that keeps you going. But I think if you really drill it down to the kernel, I think most of it is hope.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think hope is the thing that kind of keeps the fires running. Mm-hmm. But I think we have to make a definition here of what hope is. And I think the dividing line is hope and optimism. I think sometimes people confuse the two. Hope is more of the expectation and desire for a thing to happen. It's trust, it's the aspiration or desire for the positive thing. Optimism is hopefulness and confidence about the future. So when I was kind of, that's basically definition.
Is that what Webster says?
Yeah, basically. So let me throw
He's
this
just
at you.
He's just a little black kid in a sitcom, so it doesn't count.
I was taking notes for this topic, and one of the things I wrote down, and then I put quotation marks around it, is this is, copyright 2025 me. Hope is active, and optimism is a mindset built on hope.
Okay.
That's my take on it. So discuss, sir, hope and optimism.
I think optimism is, like you said, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, optimism is the, what do you want to say? Optimism is like the climate, and hope is a weather event.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a rainbow, and
hope is the
optimism is the climate you live in. It's whatever climate you create for yourself.
Yeah, hope is the active weather. It's the way things are day to day. It's how you kind of run and live your life. I
think the one thing that people don't realize is hope is a form of faith.
It can be.
And that's one of those things that people are always like, well, I don't understand how you can believe in something that you don't know is going to happen. And I'm like, well, you hope, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. I mean, hope is a form of faith. They're kind of interchangeable, really. It's having faith in that something good is just around the next bend.
Well, that's optimism.
Could be.
Yeah.
But I mean,
to me, even though hope is a noun, hope to me is active. I treat it like a verb. I hope. That's where it always comes down to for me.
Okay.
It's not hope as a thing so much, but hope as an active mindset.
Hope is the trigger on the gun that kills the depressed person. I mean, that it's the thing that keeps you from killing yourself.
Yeah,
it's the
I was
safety,
about to say
it's
not the way I would have put it.
Yeah, it's the safety on the gun, I guess, because I've known a lot of people that are terminally depressed, but they never seem to want to end their life. They just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's not because they got nothing better to do. It's not because they're a robot. It's because they have hope.
Yeah.
Somewhere deep inside, whether they can see it or not, there's a hope.
Absolutely.
That keeps them running.
Absolutely.
And that's not optimism, because they're not optimistic people.
Right.
But when you lose hope, even the most optimistic person will die without
Yes.
hope.
Even if it's little bit by little bit. And you can tell sometimes when that optimism falls apart.
Sure.
You can see it. I've seen it in people that I've worked with that have tried, and we worked at a place that just had constant, you're getting beat about the head, but they were hopeful. They had optimism, things were going to get better. And then a few things happen and you can see the foundation crumble.
Sure.
And the optimism fades because the things that they had faith that they knew were going to make things better, they had that optimistic spirit, it falls apart. And then hope falls with it.
See, even when the climate changes, people can still have hope.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When optimism fades to depression or pessimism, they can still have hope to keep them going. I mean, that's the carrot on the stick.
Yeah. So let's twist this from a Gen X perspective then, because we kind of grew up, I think, based on media and just everything that we saw as kids to teenagers, we kind of grew up expecting dystopia.
Now, it was a huge psyop. I mean, it was a huge propaganda push.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we got it. So I think that goes back to our main topic, is
you know.
hope rebellion?
But it wasn't the dystopia that we wanted, though.
I didn't want a dystopia. I didn't want it. I just kind of expected it.
I'd have been happy with Brave New World.
No.
But I would have taken a Mad Max too. I mean, I'd have got to flex my crowbar muscle.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. My dad handed me his copy of 1984 when I was a little kid. Like,
See, that's the one we got.
Go ahead and read this. You're not going to understand a lot of it until you're older, but read it. And it literally, so many times growing up, becoming a teenager, things would happen. I'd see things on the news and I go, that's way too close to the way things were described in Orwell's book. Why is this happening? We should know better.
See, I think Generation X, there's this idea that, hope is uncool. You're supposed to be all angsty and whatever, and...
Well, I mean, we trademarked the eye roll as a response to everything.
But to be perfectly honest, I think our generation grew up in an incredibly optimistic time, even though there was a lot of dystopian propaganda. Now, you look at kids today that are growing up in this climate, like younger generation, Gen Alpha and all that.
Yeah.
And you see how much they're pushing back because they're living in a dystopia.
Yeah.
Like they don't really have a lot of optimism or hope for the future. They already think, well, I can never afford a house.
Right.
I'll never be able to live as good as my parents did or my grandparents did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get a job because of whatever practices. I can't get the job I want. There's too many people taking my jobs in the future, and now I'm stuck here working Uber and DoorDash and trying to do this kind of hustle culture to just make enough money to barely pay my bills. It's very hopeless, the world they're living in.
Do you think optimism kind of got rebranded as, I guess, naivety? Like, as in if you have hope, you're not being realistic.
I think that's what a lot of edgelords would like to brand it as.
Define edgelord.
Edgelord are the kids from our Generation X that patented the eye roll. The ones that were so disaffected.
I just realized I'm an edgelord.
He is an edgelord. No, it's the people that have all sorts of opportunities in front of them, but they choose to drill down and wear this sort of nihilism as a badge or a uniform.
Oh, I am not an edgelord.
That's that kind of, it doesn't matter. It's kind of, it's the punk lifestyle sort of, it's the...
See, I kind of eye roll when people don't have hope. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. When people, and here's a key thing, I think, if we talk about hope as rebellion, I liken it to complaints. Oh. If you bring me a complaint about something, and that's all it is just a complaint, like, this sucks, I'm going to give you an eye roll. If you come to me with a complaint like, this sucks, but I think here's a way we can do it better.
Sure.
Now we've got a conversation. Now we've got hope. Now we've got optimism because sure, you're saying this thing sucks. I may or may not agree. Your idea may make it better for both of us.
Well,
that's a big thing to me.
I think in my life, I am 50% pessimist and 50% optimist, but I wear my pessimism more than I wear my optimism. But I've always had hope. I have so much hope inside of me. And I think it's very, very sad when you find someone who has no hope inside of them. It's more sad than finding someone who's just complains all the time or is pessimistic or thinks the future is going to be really bleak.
Yeah.
Because they can still make a difference in this fight. But if you have no hope, you're essentially dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on a path to ruin, and that's unfortunate for you.
What do you think is the biggest hope killer? And I'll throw one thing out at you, and it's something we've talked about many times on the show. We're getting back to the whole social media thing, stuff like that. Doom scrolling is a hope killer.
Yeah.
And it can be in different ways. Like if you're doom scrolling and you're seeing all these celebrities that are doing great and people that are posting about how great their life is, that can kill your hope. If you're just seeing all this stuff and you're like, well, I'm still hanging out in my apartment and I haven't gotten my job promotion.
Or worse yet, you're hanging out in your parents' basement eating chicken tenders, when you're 40.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
which isn't bad.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I would do it if I had to.
Hey, I would say at least you have a home. You
at least you've got a place and you've got chicken tenders.
And if you've got parents who still love you enough to give you a shelter. So
and really, if you've got chicken nuggies, life ain't all bad.
Yeah.
If you got barbecue sauce or honey mustard to go with them, you're living the life. It's all good. You've got hope.
Yeah, I think illusion and propaganda are two things that really kill hope.
Yeah.
Especially in today's generation.
So for hope, I'm going to tie this back to what I said before, that, you're not realistic if you have hope. I think hope is the ultimate realism.
Do you?
You have hope because you do see the objective reality. You see the positive aspects and you can still get to them.
Okay.
Or that's my take anyway.
How does that sit with you as an agnostic? Because I honestly think people of faith, be that Muslim, Christian, whatever, the Sikhs, whatever, they all have that form of hope and they call it faith, where they have hope in humanity, hope in their people, hope for a future in heaven or nirvana or wherever. Yeah. And I see a lot of people shit on that because they're like, oh, well, that's just your magic sky daddy, your whatever, your goofy desert faith, your magic man that's going to fix everything. So where does if hope is akin to faith, where does that come in play as to what you just said about?
I'm not sure I'm agnostic. I don't think I am.
You're a-religious, I guess.
No, I have a certain faith. It doesn't fit within normal organized religious parameters, but I think that if you are coming at it from an agnostic point of view, the key is for you as an agnostic, nothing's been proven to you. So there's no reason not to believe what any of those religions believe. There's no reason to, as you said, shit on them. I don't know. Yeah. They may be right. I know that, I think most agnostics would agree with this, that they're humanists. We can do better. We have hope as people. We should, simply because we are all human beings. If that turns into your faith coming forward versus me as just, you're my brother and I'm going to help you, I don't care what sky daddy you believe in, either way you're on the same path. And you have hope and you're looking at reality, you realize there are chasms we need to cross, bridges we need to build. We're stronger if we do it together.
Yeah. I think hope can come in many forms like that. Now, if some people, they require an animus, something to focus on to generate hope or to regenerate their hope. And I think that's fine. I think hope in any form is good for the soul.
Yes.
It's the thing that keeps you going when everything gets super crappy. And it gets crappy. I mean, you don't have to look for trouble. It's going to find you. So, I mean, faith is a good thing and hope is a good thing to have.
Yeah, and let's look at it this way too. Like, if you tie it to rebellion, like refusing nihilism in a culture that sells hopelessness. Mm-hmm. Because if you're depressed, if you're hopeless, you're easier to sell to.
Sure.
Because you're looking to fill a gap. Fill your obviously empty cup, just $9.99. Mm-hmm. We've shown you that you don't have what you need to be a superstar, but we can sell it to you.
Well, that's the difference between serotonin and dopamine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to go chemical
sure.
on it, I mean, that's the whole idea of, I don't really think hope is so much a rebellion. I think it's a lifestyle. I think younger people, they would look at it as a rebellion because it's cooler to say, I'm a rebel. Look at me. I'm rebelling against the system.
I don't care.
What have you got? What am I rebelling against? Well, what do you got? Yeah. That kind of thing. But I think universally, I think hope is just, it's something that you need to generate as a lifestyle, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's the thing that's going to keep you going when nothing else will.
Yeah, and true hope isn't a delusion. It's how you endure.
So what do you think about all these organizations and businesses and groups of people, ideologies and all that are out there that are desperately trying to quash hope? Like that's their business model, is quashing hope, really, when you get down to the bone of it. They're making a living off crushing people's hope.
I find it disconcerting, and I think you don't have to look any further than a lot of political organizations, a lot of consumer products mm-hmm. are based on that. Like, you're not really good right now, but if you buy our stuff, you can be.
Well, that's drug companies, that's toy companies, that's sporting, associations. That's everything. It's you could be so much better than what you really are, and some people can be better. You can always strive to be better, but you can't be something you're not.
Right, and I think the sad thing is how well that marketing strategy works. Mm-hmm. In trying to fill the gap in somebody's life, create the need, and then, hey, we've got the product to fill that need.
Never let a crisis go to waste.
Yeah. And from a marketing perspective, I mean, how can you cut that out? It's marketing 101. Mm-hmm. What are the needs? Fill the needs. And I think historically, it's been like that. You can see it. Looking at advertisements going back through the years.
You're kind of skewing needs and wants there, because there are very few things that people really need.
Right.
There's a lot of things that people really want.
Yeah.
I want smoother skin. I want to feel loved. I want to have that pizza for dinner. I want to be able to travel to whatever, Ibiza, like my cool celebrity friends do. I want. You don't really need to go to Ibiza. You don't need that cosmetic. Right. You don't need Botox. You don't need that pizza or whatever. You don't need a Lamborghini. Nobody needs that stuff. It's all wants. But they sell it to fill that need. That's that dopamine versus serotonin.
Yeah. And, I wonder sometimes, for myself, like mm-hmm. some of the things that I buy, some of the things that I do, how much of it is influenced by marketing, things I've seen, things I think I need, that I think I know. Mm-hmm. I came close recently because I had saved up enough money. I was looking at a different effects unit for my bass, like an all-in-one. Typically, I don't like that, but this new one that I was looking at, it's like, brand new, shiny. This is the wave of the future.
Yeah.
And I was into it, like watching demo videos and things. It looked fantastic. And I think it is a fantastic piece of technology. Did I need it? No. Did I want it? Originally, kinda.
Sure.
And a lot of the videos and the demos and stuff kind of built that want up. And you know what kept me from getting it? I knew it was a small unit. And of course, I'm having vision problems. I knew it was a small unit, but our friend Tim went to a music store where they had one. And he knew I was looking at it. And he took a picture of it with his hand next to it.
Oh, okay.
And that picture made all the want and need go away, because I realized
all those lies by omission, in the advertising.
Yeah, because everybody talked about how vibrant the display was and all this different stuff. Mm-hmm. Just seeing the size of it made me go, I'm not going to be able to use that.
Yeah.
Whether I want it or if I needed it, that's not the right thing for me. And so I think that's the thing, because there's that buildup of hope, like, hey, this could be a much smaller unit. I won't have to take my whole pedal board with me. This will be great. And there's that hope. This could be something that could really ease the strain on my back carrying stuff to practices and gigs. But no, reality.
Sure.
Sometimes reality rightly quashes hope.
Yeah, sure. As long as it doesn't get that main kernel.
Yeah.
Of hope. That's the vital one.
Right. And I wonder, that example, and sorry, I went round my elbow to get back to my thumb for this, like those reality hammers, where they've happened to try and quash cultural hope. So if you think back to the 70s and think about things like Watergate, the oil crisis, things that would quash hope. The 80s, just the...
Well, the 80s, they were all worried about nuclear war and all that. Yeah. It was like, oh, get ready for, watch Threads. That's going to be your future.
The redirects there.
That was the Cold War, was a big deal in the 80s for a while.
And that kind of led to the 90s and just this whole detached irony. I wonder how much culturally, whether it's directed or not, and most of it's probably not, the effect that has on hope in general.
See, I found a major shift between the 90s and the 2000s.
How so?
Because back in the 80s and the 90s, when we were concerned about the Cold War and all that other jazz, worried about this, that, and the other, they still were pumping out propaganda that was jingoistic, like Rambo and what was the Red Dawn and stuff like that. Yeah. There was still a huge culture of you got to get fit. I mean, there was everything from Richard Simmons, who was a more realistic proponent of healthy lifestyle, to Jane Fonda and her buns of steel and all that jazz, and that was a thing that was really pushed. So it was this sort of positive, you can improve, you can get thinner, you can do something about this problem, you can join the army, you can help fight the wars, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And you'll see in the 2000s and that, they kind of stopped doing that. It became, oh, who cares if you get fat? Who cares what you want to eat? Oh, we got enemies over there, and the army will take care of it or it won't. No big deal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it got to this kind of malaise that I think we've been sitting in for almost 30 years. There's been a steady malaise, and the propaganda has gotten thicker and meaner to the point where it's just telling you, go ahead and basically kill yourself, You don't need to be fit. You don't need to do better. You don't need to have a faith in anything. You don't need to believe in your country. You don't need to believe in anything. Isn't there some sort of TikTok dance you could be doing right now?
I find it odd that you're taking that from the culture of the last 20 to 30 years. Yeah. That's where it's gone. Mm-hmm. Because I still feel like the get fitter, get better kind of culture is what we've actually got. I I think in the mid 90s.
I wonder what, as you always say to me on the show, I wonder what sites you're seeing online.
Yeah, well, I see ads for gyms and Planet Fitness is such a thing now and stuff like that. So that's what I see is the marketing of get fit, do better. I don't know how much momentum it has.
Yeah.
But I see that more than anything else. I didn't see that go away. There has been that kind of undercurrent of, hey, you're okay no matter who you are. Mm-hmm. And I think it's been taken to an extreme in some situations. Like, okay, you're 600 pounds, but thumbs up, buddy, you're doing okay.
Beautiful.
That's just not healthy regardless.
There's that wonderful meme of a guy talking to a girl, and the girl says, well, I think, what's her name? Precious, whatever, that girl that played Precious, I think she's just beautiful. And the guy says, you look a lot like Precious, and she gets really mad. It's that sort of that's what I mean, that unrealistic standards of things where it's like, oh, you're beautiful at any size. Well, you're packing them on, baby. It's like, oh, how dare you? Yeah. It's a weird disconnect. There's nothing is aligning anymore. There's so many competing voices.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a psychosocial thing. I think that leads to the downfall of hope because you have all those different voices telling you radically different things.
Yeah.
Like, take that 600-pound person. Could they be a super cool person with a lot of great ideas? Absolutely. But are they also probably health can?
Are they dead by 38?
Yeah,
probably.
That's the other thing. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm type 1 diabetic. I am in control. I have been in control. My HbA1c is fine. I'm having some health issues though too. Imagine if I didn't have it in control.
Sure. You'd be like my aunt who died in her 50s.
There you go.
She decided that she didn't want to bother with it anymore, and she wasn't going to take care of herself, and it took her only about 5 years.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, she went septic and she died.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It sucks, but it's one of those things you decide whether you want to.
And I think that's
take care of yourself or not. So that's your decision.
That's hope for me. Mm-hmm. I've been diabetic since 1984. Am I having some complications? A few.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm doing okay. And it's because I've paid attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
I could wake up tomorrow and I could say, screw it. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Sure.
But why?
Well, it's the same thing of, when they tell a patient that you only have 3 months to live.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with those
90% of the time, the patient dies in those 3 months because they lose hope.
Yeah.
But if you tell a patient, well, things aren't great, but, if you do this, you could live a long and healthy life, or you could live a lot longer than what most people expect.
Right.
Most of the time, they maintain hope and they live a lot longer than those 3 months, even if the doctor knows you probably only got 3 months to live. It's all about framing.
Yeah.
If you have stuff to live for, if you have a reason to keep going even though you feel miserable, and you're taking medicine every day and you're not doing well physically or whatever, for you've got music to live for. You've got a wife.
Yeah.
You've got literature and fandoms and all this other stuff that you really enjoy. So you're going to keep
poetry, my job, my friends, my wife, the
you're
cats,
gonna keep
family.
Going.
Yeah.
But I think when the machine, the way it is nowadays, I see a lot of younger people in the forums I'm on, and I see their sort of sad nihilistic attitude toward everything where they don't think they're ever going to amount to anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to get the job I want. I'm never going to get out of my parents' house. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to own my own place. I'm never going to find love. I'm going to be alone and fat and playing video games until I run out of money, and then I'll just kill myself. This kind of attitude of like, who cares?
Yeah.
Or I'll just eat myself into the grave, because who cares? It's weird. It's
here's
sad.
Another thing, though. Here's another aspect of it. Everything you just described I'm nodding my head going, yeah, I've seen the same kind of undercurrent. I'm wondering how much of that is specifically American versus other parts of the world. Because it feels...
I can say it's very European as well. It's the Western world.
Yeah,
now, I don't know about
smells that
Asia.
way.
I mean, it's probably similar in China and Japan. I mean, you see Japan has all sorts of crises with their young people. They don't want to leave the house. You know, they want to have virtual mates, you know, like boyfriends and girlfriends, these AI sort of mates. They're marrying pillows, some of them. You know, it's weird stuff. Like, people are coping.
What?
Yes, there's a whole thing. Okay, in Japan recently, there was a man who married his anime pillow, which is some anime girl on a giant body pillow.
And maybe they're very happy together.
And then there was a girl who apparently married her AI boyfriend in Japan. It's crazy. So I mean, but I know that happens everywhere. I mean, people do crazy things all over the world. I'm not picking on Japan right now.
Who are we to step on their hope?
Yeah, I mean, whatever keeps you going, I guess. You know,
What's
it's
right,
not hurting anything.
What's right for them may not be right for me. You know, your mileage may vary.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Just saying, you know, there's this sort of kind of weird. It is almost nihilism. It's like nihilism is the new rebellion for some of the younger people, where they realize they're never going to get ahead, or they feel like they're never going to get ahead because of everything coming down toward them. So they just say, fine, I'll be a nihilist.
But see, that's where you either turn to the dark side and go Sith, or you turn to the light side and you have hope and you strive.
Well,
so let me throw this last thing at you. Hope says this in the notes for the show. It's probably screwed, but I'm showing up anyway.
well,
That's hope.
yeah, it can be.
That's hope.
Yeah.
We're probably going to lose this game because 3 people didn't show up, but we're going to play anyway.
Well, that's what keeps humans moving forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're all going to die.
Yeah. And think about
Just
it.
like
It's
everybody
usually,
you loved before you, you know, they're all going to go.
It's usually the hope of a minority, a very small minority that keeps things moving forward. Because in general,
Explain.
this is my thought.
Okay.
Most people are ambivalent. Most people just live. They don't give a whole lot of thought to things. They get up, they go to their job, they do things, and they don't even think about it. It's those few people that look at humanity and go, this is where we are right now, but we could be so much better, and they strive. And basically they throw the rope over their shoulder and they pull the mass of humanity along behind them.
It's the Peter principles, what you're talking about, like the
I have
20,
what?
the 20% do the work of the other 80% don't. Basically, they're just there to be dragged along. So it's a small minority really
I'll give it to you
pushing the
way.
company forward or whatever.
10% do the work. 80% are just hanging out, doing their normal thing, which isn't bad. I'm not saying that in a derogatory fashion.
Are you calling them
living.
NPCs?
No,
Non-player characters?
No, but they're like level 1, level 2, and that's pretty much where they're going to be.
Okay.
And then there's another 10% that are pulling the other way.
Sure.
That don't want things to progress, that don't think things can get better,
Because
and things are fine the way they are.
Who is it to tell everybody which direction to go?
Me.
You know? Yeah, of course. Of course. The edgelord. Yeah. So,
Maybe I am.
no, I mean that's the biggest problem when
I don't
you get
think
a
I'm
crash
right
of
about
humanity.
everything. I just think if everybody listened to me, we'd be a lot better off.
Okay, there you go. I think that's a good
my
way
hope
to end
for the
it.
future. That's my presidential campaign platform.
There you go.
So, final thoughts on hope. Is rebellion the last uncool virtue, or is it just a thing that we need?
Okay. I think hope is something that is instilled in every human being. I really
You think
do.
so?
Yeah, and I think it's up to you to nurture it and keep that. It's like a little coal inside of a lantern, and you're trying to keep it lit, no matter how hard the wind blows.
Fan the flame, bitches.
Yeah, you put some more fuel in there. Find whatever gives you fuel. Is it someone you love? Is it a goal you have for the future to make yourself better? Maybe you want to go to the gym and get jacked. I don't know, maybe it's a church or some sort of religion that gives you that fuel to keep that flame lit.
Maybe it's learning an instrument or writing.
Keep that flame lit as long as you can, because it's going to go out eventually. Everybody's flame goes out eventually. But I think there's a lot of stuff in this world, especially online, that conspires to dampen your flame.
Yeah.
Or to hood it, or to just put it out completely.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful.
I'll wrap up with a callback to the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
The hope is the best of things.
All right.
Yeah.
That so, crawling through a tunnel full of turds.
Hey, if that's what it takes to get to freedom, by God, that's what you do.
Yeah, get crawling.
And you think about how hopeful you are the whole time, because you've got a bar of soap and you'll be able to clean things off when you hit the stream.
Yep. And
leave your rock hammer behind so it makes a good picture in the newspaper.
So you got to watch that movie to get all these references.
Ba-dum-bum. So with that, we will end this version of the Gen Existentialists. Until next time, my name is Sky.
And I'm Bunny.
Have a good one.